The side of AI that is not in the headlines. This is Dr. David D. Shine for Saving America. AI has been declared to be the best thing since the invention of the wheel, or at least since the invention of computers less than 100 years ago. Well, not so fast, folks. It is definitely delivering more computer power, but the question is, can humans control AI to make our world so much better in the future? As a professor, frankly, I'm more concerned about students using AI to answer questions on tests and to write their papers. Yes, that's called cheating. As humans, we need our population to be able to read, write, and do science and math at high level. Effectively using any computing power, including AI, requires educated users. This brings to mind the old saw about the horse before the cart. In Stanley Kubrick's hit 1968 movie, 2001, A Space Odyssey, a computer on a spacecraft takes over from the astronauts with some scary results. That risk continues today. However, more immediate concerns, other than retarding education, is that the cyber criminals out there can use AI to hack systems that are built for human hackers, not AI hackers. This represents a real risk. The most vulnerable are hospitals, schools, and universities, and critical infrastructure that often lacks sophisticated defense systems since they assume the nonprofits are good guys. They're not going to be hacked. I can personally testify that this is simply not true, as my university was hacked just as we were getting ready to open for this fall semester. As a non-techie, I am not sure what the answer is, but we all have to do better. And AI can send phishing emails at a prodigious level. It is a challenge for even the sharpest out there to avoid getting scammed. Speaking of loss of infrastructure, also not on the front page is a lack of power to run the new data centers that depend on that power to do all that cool stuff that's been promised. We have the collision of AI with something called quantum computing. Both are painted with how great this will be for mankind. However, not solved is at all how the power to run all this will be generated. 4 years ago, I lived through a deep freeze in Houston, which featured 3 days without power. That was before both AI and quantum computing challenges. How can we ensure enough power for humans and the machines? There are plenty of other unresolved issues like movies and books written by AI. Will this replace TV writers and most of the authors out there? So let's start working on being proactive and solving these big questions before things get too much further along. This is Dr. David D. Shine. Thanks for joining me for this special edition of Saving America. Remember, a new Saving America show is aired on the Brushwood Media Network every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Listen on any of the 16 network stations, Apple or Google mobile app, Apple CarPlay, TuneIn, Smart Speaker, and all smart TVs. Find more information at the brushwoodmedianetwork.com. Please be sure to join us each week. We welcome and love your feedback from our growing audience.